Hi, thanks for checking out the Hibbing Community College Culinary Arts. My name is Chef Travis Hansen. I'm the second year culinary instructor here, and I also teach the pastry artist certificate that we offer. We offer a 1-year and 2-year culinary degree. We also offer an AS, and starting last year, we also do a pastry artist certificate. Kind of walk you through what your culinary degree would look like here. So during your first year, you're going to have about a month worth of book work and that kind of stuff that you're going to be in the classroom. Chef Dan Lidholm keeps it very short. You're going to be learning knife skills, different cuts, a little bit of history behind culinary, and then learning like the mother sauces, that kind of stuff. After you get done with your book work, then you're going to move into the kitchen. This will be the kitchen that you're actually going to be in. We have what's called transition week, which is basically 1 week that myself and the second year students will be in here with you, teaching you to kind of where stuff is, how stuff goes on a regular daily basis, that kind of thing. I'll run kind of through the different stations that we have here. First off, we have our bakery station, and that's going to be basically just what it sounds like. You're going to be making donuts, cookies, danishes, caramel rolls, cinnamon rolls. It's kind of one of our areas that have to get here at 8 o'clock and get moving right away in order to get the food out by 9 o'clock in the morning. So everything is basically made from scratch. We do have a couple speed scratch mixes that we use for the donuts and that kind of stuff. We also provide fresh baked dinner rolls for the range station every day. So like I said, it's one of the stations that's got to get here, get rolling really early, or get rolling right away in the morning. On this side, the other side of the table, we have our salad bar station. We offer a full line salad bar for lunch. We are open for lunch 5 days a week here at the college, and we provide all of the food for the college. We don't have outside caterers. All the culinary students provide all of the food services for the college. Like I said, we run a full line salad bar. We offer 2 prepared salads, and then basically build your own salad every day. Next we have the dessert station, which is usually these 2 tables. We offer 3 prepared desserts a week on this side for the cafeteria. We do everything from pies. Last week we did a lemon streusel. We do cheesecakes, anything and everything that you can imagine. Turtle brownies, I think, are next week. We're going to move into kind of our range station. So every day we do a different entree here. Friday we kind of do a cook's choice, which we use some of our leftover products that we've made. We've got a steamer, our steam jacketed kettle, our tilt skillet, one of our most versatile pieces of equipment that we have here. We can do everything from making frying pork chops to making chili. Basically, it's just a big skillet that anything that you can do in a skillet, you can do in here in bulk. So, like I said, here's kind of what it looks like. We've used it for making spaghetti, frying pork chops, making chicken marsala, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's basically our range station. I'm trying to kind of keep it short and sweet here, so we're going to be making pumpkin pie here in a minute. So like I said, we have run 5 stations. We've got bakery, salad bar, desserts, our range station, and last but not least is our grill station, which we offer. This is more of a quick line cooking on this side. We do everything from like we did kebabs. We have a burger day. Every Wednesday is burger day here at HCC. We do like chili dogs, everything like that. Out here is our servery. This is where we set up our salad bar. Grill station also does sandwiches daily. So we have our sandwiches set up. We have our 2 prepared salads for salad bar. And then, of course, on this side of things here is all of our build your own salad. So this is kind of what your first year is going to look like for the fall semester. During the spring semester, then you start rotating through my kitchen, which we run a full line restaurant here. We're open Tuesday through Thursday from 8 o'clock till or 8:30 until 10 o'clock in the mornings. We run breakfast, and then 11 o'clock through 12:30 we are open for lunch. Usually we have about 4 or 5 different menu items, this and then a burger baskets and that. So this semester we're actually serving walleye, chicken parmesan, creamy pork or creamy garlic pork chops, and then we do burger baskets, buffalo wings, that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna head over, I'm gonna shut you off for a minute just so I can get over there, put my mask on, get over there, and then I'll get set up and I'll show you the second year kitchen. Alright, so this is my kitchen. Like I said, this is more of a smaller kitchen, more of a restaurant style that you'd stereotypically see in the industry. So like I said, you know, we're smaller, we've got our range station, some conventional ovens. Sorry, got a little tongue tied there. We do flat top. Like I said, on this side we do more of, you know, traditional restaurant cooking. So for breakfast we have omelets and hash browns, eggs made to order, pancakes, all that kind of stuff. More like what you'd kind of see at Perkins and whatnot. Kind of went over what we do for lunch. We've got, you know, we do our own fries. On this side, everything is made from scratch, from our desserts to, you know, we make our own onion rings and French fries, cut our own fries and that kind of stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to email myself at travis.hansen@hibbing.edu, or Chef Dan, you can reach him too at Daniel Lidholm at hibbing.edu, or you can reach out to one of our recruiters. I hope that you guys, or I hope to see you guys soon. If, like I said, if you have any questions, reach out to us. If you'd like to come in and job shadow for a day, talk to your advisors, and we can get something set up, and we can have you come in here for a day. You can spend the day in both kitchens, see what we do here. We would love to have you. So thank you for checking us out, and let's get started on our pumpkin pie. All right, we're gonna get started with this pie. So we're gonna start with flour. We got 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. We've got our sugar, which is 2 teaspoons. We got our teaspoon of salt, and then we got 3/4 of a cup, which is a stick and a half of butter, and then we've got a 1/2 cup of Crisco or shortening. Now we're going to use, you can use your hands or you can use a pastry knife. Dust up our flour, or our butter, I mean. Now we're just going to work with our pastry knife until we get a cornmeal consistency in our flour. Try to keep it in the bowl as best you can. Now we don't want to work this so that all it is just basically mash, or it's just a mush. You want to have big chunks of butter in here like you can see here. I'm going to take just a little bit more. And that's about good. So you have nice chunks of butter. What the butter is, or having the nice chunks of butter in there, is going to give our crust a nice flaky consistency. And then we're going to add 6 to 8 tablespoons of water. I'm going to start off with 6 and see how that looks. And you want to use ice water, that way your butter doesn't melt as you're working it. And this should be it's going to be kind of crumbly, a little bit crumbly. You can see how it's really starting to stick nice together. I'm going to look down at the bottom. I'm going to add 1 more tablespoon of water. Just right down there at the bottom, because I got a lot of flour down at the bottom. As long as your counter's clean, whatever you got spilling out here, you can pick up. Alright. So I'm going to dump this actually out on the counter. I'm just going to knead it a couple times, just to form a ball of dough. You can see how it's coming together. Collect all this. Bench knife here. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some cellophane and I'm going to wrap this dough up. Now I'm going to you can divide this into 8 or 9 ounce pieces. This I'm just going to leave whole. Make sure that it's all sealed up. Now you're going to let this rest between 4 to 6 hours. I prefer let mine resting overnight. I do have some that's pre-made that I'm going to grab right now. So this is a batch that I had pre-made. Now we want to use a little bit of flour on our board, or on our surface, whatever we're rolling it out on. And then I got my pie tin here. I got an 8-inch pie tin. So you want to make sure you have everything that you're going to need. So usually what I'll do is I'll take and work this just a couple times by hand just to warm it up a little bit, being it's been in the cooler. You want to work with this cool, not warm, at room temperature. Otherwise the fat in it starts to melt and then you run into a little bit more problems sticking to the board and sticking to the rolling pin. Alright, so as we roll this out, I'm going to roll a little bit this way. I'm going to turn it 90 degrees and lift it up and make sure it's not sticking down. Roll it, 90-degree turn. gets so big, then I can start just working it around. The reason why I have the pipe tin here is so that I can measure to make sure I've got my pie dough large enough. How I'm going to do that is I'm just going to lay it on here, see if it looks like it's going to fit all the way around. I'm going to go a little bit bigger. Now this is a French rolling pin that I'm using. Any rolling pins will work fine. Grandma used to tell a story of when she was a kid, I think it was her grandma used to use a milk bottle. So there I can see that I've got it totally covered. I'm just going to lift this up very careful because it's going to be tender. It's going to want to fall apart. And I roll it right onto the rolling pin just like that. Oops. Sticking just a little bit. And I'm going to take my pie dish, put it in there, and then I'm just going to unroll it, just like that. And then you can kind of recenter it. As you can see, it pulled here. So I'm going to just push it in just a little bit. Go right around, making sure that I don't have any air bubbles. So I got a little bit on one side extra. So what I'm going to kind of do is peel that off, take just a little bit of water here, and touch some water to that and add this piece in. Now I'm just going to work my way around, doing just a little bit of a decoration on the side. Now we don't have to bake this crust before the pumpkin goes in. That's called blind baking. This one you bake the crust or bake the pie filling right in the crust at the same time the crust is baking. Knife and very carefully, I usually use the back side of the knife because I don't want to dull my blade and my hands down here, so just go right around and trim off the pie crust, the excess, very carefully, because if you're using a knife, you can also use a butter knife, works just fine for it. Alright. So, I'm going to put this in the cooler. We're going to let this chill down. I'm going to make the pie crust, or the pie filling next. So I'm going to get my area cleaned up and we'll be right back. Alright, let's get started on our pie filling. This is going to be our pumpkin pie filling. I do mine a little bit different. I use a cream cheese pumpkin pie. So I'm going to add my room temperature cream cheese to the mixing bowl. And I'm going to give this a quick whip. What I want to do is just to break it all up so that there's no real big chunks. I just want to make sure everything is smooth. And during this process, we're actually going to scrape down the side of the bowl about 3 to 4 times to make sure that there's no big lumps of cream cheese. One important thing is that you have room temperature cream cheese. I'm going to add my 1 cup of sugar. And you're going to start with your dry ingredients. You're going to work them in, and then you're going to work up into your more liquid ingredients. So at this stage, I'm going to add my 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice to make sure that all gets incorporated. My 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Let that get all incorporated. Okay. Then I'm going to scrape down my mixing bowl. The paddle works very nice. You can see how close it gets to the sides. Make sure you scrape very down in the center. Give this a quick mix. Looks pretty well incorporated. Now as I go through, I'm going to look at my different ingredients to see which ones are have more liquid to them. So basically I got eggs, butter, half and half. I'm going to add my 2 cups of pumpkin puree. This is actual pumpkin that we baked down here at the school today. Make sure we get all our product out. Should incorporate pretty fast. Like I said, we scrape down the mixing bowl and paddle to make sure we don't have any big clumps of cream cheese, because we don't want that into our pie. Sure I get all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so now I'm going to add my eggs next. I'm going to take and just break up the yolk and we got 1 whole egg and 2 egg yolks to add to this. So I add my 1 whole egg and now I'm going to add my 2 egg yolks. Make sure you get all your product out. Now next I'm going to add my 1/4 cup of butter, melted butter. This has been melted and then cooled to room temperature. Alright, so our pumpkin pie is done. So pull it out of the oven here. There you go. Onto our rack here. So there's our pumpkin pie. So now what you're looking for when it's going to be done is it's going to be set in the middle. It'll be just a little bit jiggly, but it'll be set throughout. I hope you enjoyed the videos, and like I said, if you want to come in, spend the day with us, we'd love to have you. Come in, see what we do here. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. I hope you had fun learning how to make my pumpkin pie, and we'll hopefully see you soon.